Hey guys, sup, Ryu here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and yesterday was, this is relevant to what I'm saying here. Yesterday was like Thursday/Friday, when I was up making the deck at like 3 in the morning, and I was like, it was one of those things that I just do when I can't sleep, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a deck at 3 in the morning, and it's going to be amazing, and honestly, it was, and I tested it, yesterday, and it came out great. And I tested Fire King matchup. I tested against Mermels. Mermels was hilarious. I have some of this stuff saved. I got Curse Down Dev Pro like usual. So this is TG Skill Drain Fire Kings. Technically TG Fire Kings, but it's using Skill Drain as part of the engine. Sorry about that little tight space here. And I'm like sticking my hands through the tripod's legs. Kind of kinky. So we have 3 Garunics to start the deck off. I feel 3 is needed because it just constantly deals with stuff. This isn't your run-of-the-mill, you know, Fire King deck, so I'm going to have to explain some things a little more than others. 2 Beast King Barbaros. Like I said earlier, there's going to be Skill Drain in the deck, and when Garunix is out on the board, then I just summon Beast King Barbaros to get a 3000 beater. If Skill Drain comes off, then I can always overlay the Felgrand. Or if I really want to be sacky, I could just play the Onslaught of the Fire Kings or whatever. I keep forgetting what the spell card's called. Yeah, Onslaught of the Fire Kings. I could play it, get Garunix, normal summon the Beast King Barbaros, and overlay for a Felgram, which is just hilarious and sacky. So I'm playing the 3/5s. This is also a really good budget deck. Like if you don't want to spend a lot, like tons of money. It doesn't use Wolf Bark, even though Wolf Bark is limited, and you can just run the 1. The problem with running Wolf Bark is with Skill Drain, it interferes with the whole thing. So, I'm running 3 Barong, and I'm running Chorus of 3 Yakusha. You gotta love it, because that is the 9 Fire King lineup. I'm running the 3 TG Strikers, and the 3 TG Werewolves. They're probably like, how does this work in action? Well, simple. I can also show you a combo guide if you want it, just ask. And as reference to the combo guides, I'm going to be working on them this upcoming week because right now I am on a tiny little space. Like I said earlier in the video. A lot of touring and shit. But, like I said here, if you want combo guides, you gotta let me know for what deck so I can actually do it. I know Gusto, Scraps, and Pride Blue Eyes. And if you really want one for this deck, I could do one for this deck. But basically, like TG Werewolf and TG Striker allow 2 things. TG Werewolf allows me to sync for Leo, which is that giant lion cat thing you'll see later in the video. And TG Werewolf, on the other hand, pardon me, TG Werewolf, on the other hand, allows me to search via Tenki and constantly getting a search engine. So it's like one search is the other constantly, so it's like playing 6 gadgets, but without the clog. And it also opens plays for synchros, you know, out of the woo-ha. And, yeah, I just really like it. You know, it worked out great. It was kind of one of those silly things, like, I'm just going to use it to speed up the deck, because Skill Drain Fire Kings isn't doing it for me. And then, because I'm random, I play the 1 Flamewell Magician, because it allows me, access to level 8 synchros really quickly. I am running Rekindling, because Rekindling is still broken. So, that's it for the monster lineup. And it seems crazy to run Rekindling in, like, such a hybrid, but you know what? It works. So, 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings, 3 Circle of the Fire Kings, the 1 Rekindling, like I mentioned, the 1 Dark Hole. I'm running triple MST. Sorry to do it that way. It's just like I'm trying to speed things up a little bit. So 3 MST, 3 Tenki. That's it for the spell lineup. Alright. Get that out of the way a little bit. The 3 Skill Drain, as I stated early in the video. The 1 Warning, the 1 Compulse, the 1 Torrential, the double Mirror Force, and the 1 Bottomless. Don't run Fiendish Chain because I have Skill Drain. I don't run Breakthroughs, I have Skill Drain. I don't run Effect Valor because I have Skill Drain. Yes, I get it fast enough because this is Fire Kings, and with the TG engine, it's just dumb. Like, dumb speeds. I've been testing quite a bit, even in a short time. I've tested about 100 games. As crazy as that sounds, I actually do test that much before I upload a deck. Alright, let's go into, unless it's like a meta deck, then that's different. But let's go into the extra deck. I left out TG Wonder Magician because Skill Drain, which doesn't seem like it make a lot of sense, but if I'm using those two kind of monsters, I want to go into important stuff. So Armored Deities can actually win me a game against high back row. Just like, hi back row, how are you? I'm just going to rate stomp all over you. Also takes out battle recruiters like Lynn. So if Lynn's face down in that Mermail matchup, you're just going to poop on it. Catastor is just still a god tier of a synchro, so obviously I'm going to run it. And these are brought out by TG Warwolf and TG Striker. Vulcan the Divine is probably the most seen freaking synchro in this entire extra deck. Next to the Leo, because Vulcan allows me to bounce Tenki and then use it next turn for like 4 searches, which is just so stupid. Or I could just constantly bounce him back. That works too. And he's a fire, so there's a lot of stupid plays I can do with him. And like I said, if you guys want to see a combo video, I'll show you some stupid plays you can do with this deck. This deck is fun as anything. So I'm running 3 level 8s. I'm running Stardust because it gets over skill drain. And basically what I mean is, since Stardust is a tribute effect, when you tribute him and skill drains on the field like they MST it, Stardust protection will happen, Stardust will come back, and it's glorious. Crimson Blader is in there not only just for like certain matchups, but because it's also fire can be brought back by the Circle of the Fire Kings, and Scrap Dragon's in there because, well, it's Fire Kings and you would want to run it if you can make it. So obviously this is the guy I was talking about. You don't really see me playing it a lot in any of my extra decks, and I had one sitting around for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I really want to build a deck just to use him. And that's kind of where the idea, like, hey, TG Striker and Garunix make this thing, and then this thing just poops on back row, and it's like a Star Eater, but less attack. And no, honestly, this thing has been a godsend. Because any deck that can, like, say Lightsworn was the big one I kept testing against, because it's super aggro and super fast. Even though my deck has defense, I wanted something, you know, to go against that's going to be aggro and fast, so that way, like, we get to post Primeval Origins. I'm going to be main decking this deck for a long time. That way I know what I'm doing, you know, against that kind of stuff and how to counteract it. So Leo has been a godsend in the extra deck, as crazy as it sounds, because when skill drain's not up, he's gonna do work. When skill drains is up, he's gonna still do work because he's got a 3100 body, and it's the biggest thing you could bring out. So without question, I am running 1 Tiger King. Most people will run 2 in Fire Kings. 1, this is a hybrid. 2, Flamewell Magician is in this deck, so I had to take apart, you know, different, like, utility-wise. And 3, there's skill drain, so Tiger King is just another option, and it allows you to search out Tenki. So this is, like, just when you don't have skill drain up, which is, like, not too often, or when you need a Tenki, this is just great for it. So that's the main reason it's here. When you're running skill drain and you can make rank 4s, you're going to use this guy. And this guy, again, is one of those cards I've just been having for a long time and haven't used. The Crazy Box. When skill drain's on the board, he's a 3000 beater. He's like a Beast King Barbaros for 3 level 4. So play with Rekindling, it's godsend. Daigusto Emerald, again, for like when I don't have the Rekindling and I have like freaking Exceeds in my graveyard, I just bring them back and then draw 1. So it's like a free draw. Extinction Knight, I can't talk well enough about Extinction Knight. I know some people just despise the card. I think he's great for the game. Honestly, he's a balance to a lot of the stuff we're going to be getting with Pendulum Summons and Madolche, not just Madolche, but in Primal Origin. So what I'm trying to say is, the faster we get a reprint on this guy, for the people who can't really, or don't want to, or like can't get a good trade on, or don't want to spend $70, the faster we get a trade on this is the better the game gets that fast. I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, he fixes a lot of problems right now. The 1 level old chain, just for pure randomness, he's an extra fire. Circle of the Fire Kings, you know, shenanigans. So if I want another Garunix out of the graveyard, and, you know, just another option to basically set up Rekindling. If I have Rekindling in hand and I have 2 4s on the board, I'm gonna do it. The 101 goes without saying. The Dire Wolf, again, goes without saying. I would play 2 in this deck, but skill drains a thing, so again, had to take that into account. And the 1 Felgram, because I can actually make this very, very consistently in the deck. If you guys like the deck and you want to see a combo video, just let me know in the comments below, and I surely will get to it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Rio for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. I'll catch you next video. Peace.